Welcome back, viewers. The European Union is also supporting UNICEF to implement a water sanitation and hygiene or WASH project. This is the Clean Pella Community Project. The European Union is fully funding this project, with UNICEF making sure the project is being implemented and the people and communities have access to safe water together with proper and clean toilets.
The Clean Pella Community Project is a pilot project in 4 districts in Hagen, Bougainville, Goroka and Naweb, and it aims to provide safe water and sanitation for people in the communities, particularly in schools and health centres. It's supporting the government to implement the National WASH Policy 2015-2030 with the ultimate aim of achieving the Sustainable Development Goal 6, safe sanitation and water for all. The project focuses on providing sanitation and fresh water in schools, so that is building toilets and water supplies, as well as hygiene information, supporting the schools to look after the facilities and make sure they're sustained, that they're clean, that they're functional. The same in health centres, providing toilets and water supply, safe and clean. So the project aims to achieve that in 200 schools and 36 health centres. And in the surrounding communities, in 800 communities, the project looks to provide sanitation solutions for those communities. We use an approach called the community-led total sanitation. And what that does is it empowers the communities. It raises their awareness of the dangers of open defecation, not using a toilet, not washing your hands. And so far the project has reached those 800 communities. The program has reached 36,000 patients accessing services in 36 health centres, 40,000 school children in 200 schools, and 160,000 people in 800 communities to be able to access safe water and sanitation services.
UNICEF, with its partners, are aiming to build capacity in the water, sanitation and hygiene sector through supporting the establishment of the WASH information system and management system with the project. This will be achieved at the national level. While these projects are ongoing, EU is also supporting new ones, some still at their inception phases. The United Nations Development Programme PNG or UNDP and United Nations Office of Drugs and Crime have implemented the Preventing and Countering Corruption in Papua New Guinea or PNG Anti-Corruption Project. European Union is also funding this project. It aims to strengthen the government's commitment and capacities to address corruption in line with the United Nations Convention Against Corruption.
Corruption is not the problem only in Papua New Guinea, but in many or all other countries. It has impact to the access to health services, education, other public services. It increases poverty. It can lead or enable the organized crime, trafficking with people, with weapons. It can lead even to the war. So all these impacts and of course many others, economic impact and so on, are the reasons why it's so important to combat this evil effectively. And this is something what one organization or government or even civil sector cannot do alone. We should do it together.
Every country in the world suffers from the problem of corruption, but it's widely recognised that it is a particularly acute problem in Papua New Guinea, something the government and governments over time have sought to address and wanted to address. The great country of Papua New Guinea was the first Pacific Island country to ratify the United Nations Convention Against Corruption in 2007, and building on that momentum has continued to show leadership in the region in adopting legislation and other measures, anti-corruption strategies and plans, and has also introduced legislation to establish and passed legislation to establish the Independent Commission Against Corruption. So in this country there's some momentum behind the movement, and the importance of keeping that momentum going, and under the PNG anti-corruption project enhancing the capability of the country to fight corruption in partnership with the UN, the EU and the government of Papua New Guinea.
The PNG Anti-Corruption Project is an integral part of the EU-PNG Partnership for Good Governance, and its overall goal is to substantially reduce corruption. Still on good governance, Transparency International PNG is a national chapter of the Global Transparency International movement. TIPNG was launched on January 27, 1997, and since then has been at the forefront of the fight against corruption in PNG. The European Union delegation is also supporting this NGO with programs, projects, and activities to fight corruption in PNG. Good governance is the proper management of the state, society, and resources. It seeks to protect the interests of people from all classes. And we thank the European Union for always supporting the cause of good governance in PNG. We have more of the Europe Day special edition coming up next, so do stay tuned for that.